Jai Hind students, welcome back to today's second video on the chapter circles. In this video, we are going to study two important topics: angle subtended by an arc of a circle and cyclic quadrilaterals.
Hello friends, welcome to the video on circles. Today, we will discuss the concept of the angle subtended by an arc of a circle. Friends, draw a circle with center as O. Take 2 points P and Q on it. The part which falls between these 2 points is called an arc. The longer area between the points is called the major arc and the smaller part is called minor arc. To indicate the major arc, in between the 2 points we have taken another point named X. If we connect both the points P and Q at the center, then from minor arc PQ, angle POQ is subtended at the center. And from major arc PXQ, a reflex angle named POQ is subtended at the center. If we take point N on the remaining portion of the circle, now connect the point P and Q to the point N. In this way, we will get the angle subtended by the minor arc PQ at point N, that is, angle PNQ. Friends, will there be a relation between angle POQ and angle PNQ? There is a theorem related to this question, which says the angle subtended by an arc at the center is twice the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. That is, according to this theorem, we can say that the angle POQ will be twice the angle PNQ. Friends, let's prove this theorem. Draw an arc AB on a circle. Here, the angle AOB is the angle subtended at the center O by the arc AB. According to the theorem, 3 cases can occur here. AB can be a minor arc, it can be a major arc, and it can also be a semicircle. Take a point C on the remaining part of the circle. Now connect both point A and B to the point C. We get the angle subtended by arc AB at point C. Now let's connect point C and center O and extend it to point D. Friends, observe that in the first case we got 2 triangles, triangle AOC and triangle BOC. In triangle AOC, OC and OA are equal as they are the radii of the circle. The angles OAC and angle OCA will be equal because angles opposite to equal side of a triangle are equal. Friends, angle AOD is the exterior angle of triangle AOC. That's why we can write the angle AOD as equal to the sum of these 2 angles. We can write the angle OAC as AOD. We get angle OCA as equal to the twice of angle OCA. Friends, if we repeat the same procedure for triangle BOC, we will get an equation where angle BOD will be equal to twice the angle OCB. Do it yourself by pausing the video. Now adding equations 4 and 5. Combining the angles AOD and BOD, we get angle AOB. By combining the angle OCA and the angle OCB, the angle ACB is obtained. You can see that the angle AOB is twice of angle ACB. Friends, we can repeat this process for the second case as well. Here, the angle AOB is the reflex angle, and in third condition, the angle AOB is the straight angle. You will find that the angle AOB is twice the angle ACB. Let's go ahead, observe this figure. What can you say about these angles? Friends, all these angles, angle XPY, angle XQY, angle XRY, are the angles subtended by the same arc XY at different points in the remainder of the circle. So we can write the angle XOY in this way. Thus we found that all these angles will be equal. All these angles are located in the same segment of a circle. Therefore, we can say that the angles of the same segment are equal. If this arc XY is a semicircle, that is, chord XY is the diameter of the circle, then the angle in the remaining part of the circle, that is, this segment, will be formed in this way. And we saw the angle subtended from arc XY to the center, that is angle XOY, is twice the angle subtended to any point in the remaining part of the circle. That is, we can write these angles as such. And the angle XOY is the straight angle, so it will measure 180 degrees. Therefore, the measurement of all these angles will be 90 degrees. Thus, we have found another property of a circle, that the angle of a semicircle is a right angle.
Students, we are continuing the lesson circles with the next part of the lesson, that is angle subtended by an arc of a circle. So here we are going to see some of the theorems that is describing about angle subtended by an arc. Okay, already in circles you know what is an arc. Okay, so how this arc is subtending? What do you mean by subtending? Subtending means it is making. So how this arc is making an angle with the points on the circle, and what are the properties we are going to see. Let us discuss about it. So here some of the theorems are explained in this part, but you need not study the proof of the theorem. You just remember the statement and understand the concept of the theorem that you want to apply in problems. Okay, so let us discuss the theorem one by one. The first theorem in this section is the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so here you can see a circle, and here on the circle there are 2 points P and Q, and P and Q. So this arc is the arc discussed in the statement of the theorem. So arc PQ. Okay, so this arc is subtending an angle at the center. Okay, so PQ is making an angle at the center. So this is the angle. Okay, so POQ, right? So this angle, the angle subtended by an arc at the center, is double the angle subtended by. So here you can see double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part. So here there is a point A, okay, on the remaining part of the circle. So when you consider this arc PQ, the remaining arc of the circle is this area, correct? So this portion. On this remaining part of the circle, there is considered a point, here it is A. So what is told here? This central angle is double the angle on the remaining part of the circle. So what is the name of this angle? Angle POQ, that is the center angle. And the point A at which the angle is formed by this arc is angle P. Thus we are getting the result, angle POQ is equal to twice of angle PAQ. That is, POQ is the angle at the center and PAQ is the angle subtended by this arc on this remaining part of the circle. So this is the result from this theorem. Angle POQ equal to 2 times, that is double of PAQ. Okay. Now this is the second theorem here. Angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So here you can see a picture of a circle and A and C. Okay. So here is an arc PQ and O is the center of the circle. On the same portion of the circle, same part of the circle, there are 2 points A and C. And here you see 2 angles are also formed by this arc PQ. Now what is told, since A and C are on the same segment, same part of the circle, these 2 angles are always equal. That is PAQ. Okay, PAQ is equal to PCQ. These 2 angles are always equal because they come on the same segment of the circle. So this is the second result, second theorem. So this also you want to keep in memory so that we can apply in the problems. Now comes the third, that is another result from this theorem. We are getting angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Okay, so angle that comes in a semicircle. Here you see this PQ. PQ is dividing the circle into 2 equal halves. So this is a semicircle. So this is also semicircle. Okay, and on this semicircle there is a point A. So this angle formed. Okay, this angle formed on the semicircle is equal to 90 degree, that is right angle. How? Because we studied as per the first theorem, center angle is double the angle on any point on the remaining part of the circle. That means angle POQ is equal to double of angle PAQ. And here you see, because this is a semicircle, the angle formed by POQ is what? It is a straight angle. Okay, so this is 180 degree. So 180 degree is 2 times PAQ. Correct? So here from we get therefore angle PAQ is equal to 180 by 2, that is 90 degree. Okay. So this is the reason for this theorem. That is angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So this result also you want to keep in memory. Okay children. Now we have the next theorem. The statement is, if a line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angles at 2 other points lying on the same side of the line containing the line segment, the 4 points lie on a circle. That is, 4 points lie on a circle means the meaning is concyclic. That is, all these 4 points lie on a circle. So here you see, once more I am reading, if a line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angles at 2 other points. So here you can see AB is a line segment. It is forming angles with these 2 points C and D. So we are having C and D on the same segment of the circle, correct? So as per the previous theorem, we have these 2 angles are equal. So that ACB, that is this angle, ACB is equal to ADB. Okay. So this is the result we are getting because angle C and angle D are on the same segment of the circle. So if a line segment joining 2 points A and B subtends equal angles at 2 other points that lie on the same side of the line containing the line segment, then what we can say? This A, B and this C, D. These 4 points lie on a circle. Okay. So 4 points lie on a circle means it is concyclic. Okay. So you want to understand those two angles on the same segment are equal and A, B, C, D, these 4 points lie on a circle. That is, the 4 points are concyclic. Okay, so this is the important result here. Now we are going to the next part of your lesson, that is cyclic quadrilaterals. Cyclic quadrilaterals means, usually already you know what you mean by quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means a four-sided figure. So when four-sided figure means it has 4 vertices, correct? So when these 4 vertices lie on a circle, when these 4 vertices are 4 points on the boundary of a circle, we tell that this quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so here also you want to remember 2 theorems. So here also the proof is not needed, you just remember the statement. The first one is, the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree. That is, in a cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of either pair of opposite angles, that is, what are the opposite angles here? A and C are opposite angles. Similarly, D and B are opposite angles. So what is given? These opposite angle sum in a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to 180 degree. So we can say here, angle A plus angle C is 180 degree. Similarly, angle B plus angle D is also 180 degree. Okay, so the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is always 180 degree. Now the second theorem is just the reverse of this, converse of this first theorem. Read this. If the sum of a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, that is, when the opposite pair of angles of a quadrilateral comes 180 degree, then that quadrilateral is definitely a cyclic quadrilateral. The quadrilateral is cyclic. Okay, so the 2 statements are always true. So this also you want to keep in memory for doing the problems. So all of you write this notes correctly and revise all the results in proper way. Now listen the problems from your exercise. First problem, A, B and C are 3 points on a circle with center O such that angle BOC equal to 30 degree and angle AOB equal to 60 degree. If D is a point on the circle other than the arc ABC, find angle ADC. Okay, so whenever you read this type of questions, you want to understand the meaning by looking at the figure. So the figure here is provided. So just look at the figure and understand the meaning of the question first. So here ABC and AB and C are 3 points on a circle. Okay, with the center O. O is the center of the circle and given angle BOC is 30 degree and AOB is 60 degree. Now what is given? D is a point on the other part of the circle. That is, here the arc is ABC, this portion. So on the remaining part of the circle, there is a point D. So we need to find the angle ADC, that is this angle we need to find out. Okay, we want to find out the angle ADC. Now children, as you know from the first theorem, what we studied, the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by the same arc on the remaining, that is at the point on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so using that theorem, this angle subtended at the center, that is this angle, is double the angle at this point D. Okay, so using the theorem we are going to find the angle ADC. So first we can start the problem. Solution. What is given? Let A, B and C are 3 points on a circle with the center O. Angle BOC is given 30 degree and angle AOB is given 60 degrees. Okay. So, by theorem. What is the theorem? You need to write the statement of the theorem. Always you want to, whenever you write the reason, you want to write the reason completely. Okay. So, by theorem what we have? The angle, and memorize the statement of the theorem. Okay. The angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. On the remaining part of the circle. So this, using this statement, what we have? At any point of the circle, what angle is formed? Angle ADC. So this angle will be what? Half of this center angle. Okay. That is half of angle. What is the center angle? AOC. Angle AOC. Or otherwise, you can write angle AOC is equal to twice of angle ADC. Both are correct. Okay. So, the angle at the center is double the angle formed by the arc on the remaining part of the circle. Okay. So, this we are getting by this theorem. Now, this is equal to half of, okay, ADC equal to half of AOC. You know what is AOC here? AOC is the total angle of AOB and BOC. This total angle. So, we are writing in the place of AOC angle half of AOB plus angle BOC. That is half of 60 degree plus 30 degree. Understand? So, what is 60 degree plus 30 degree? 90 degrees. Okay. So, that is 90 degrees by 2. What is the half of 90 degree? 45 degree. So, what is this 45 degree? The value of angle ADC. So, thus angle ADC is equal to 45 degrees. Understood? So, in this problem, we applied the first theorem. Now, look at this second question. Given that angle PQR is equal to 100 degree, where PQR are points on a circle with center O. Find angle OPR. Okay. So, here a circle is given with the center O. PQR are points on a circle and PQR is equal to, angle PQR is equal to 100 degree is also given. We want to find out, the figure is given in the problem, right? We want to find out angle OPR, that is OPR. This angle we need to find out. Okay. So, in this problem, in order to get our answer, we are doing some constructions and that you want to understand properly. So, what we are doing, here you can see this circle, this PR, this line segment PR is dividing the circle into two portions. So, this portion is minor arc and this is major arc. So, what I am going to do on this major arc, I am going to take a point somewhat here, a point S, so that when I join this PS, okay, so this is the construction what we are doing to get our answer. When I join this PS and RS, okay, When I join this RS, what can you say about this PQRS? Yes, PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral now. So what I did, I took a point S on the major arc and joined PS and RS so that this PQRS is now a cyclic quadrilateral. The 4 points are lying on the boundary of the circle. Okay, so this is the construction what we are doing so that we can reach the answer easily. So first we can write that solution. Solution, given angle PQR equal to 100 degree, PQR are points on a circle with center O. Okay, so what construction we did? Take a point S in the major arc and what we did? Join PS and RS, correct? Therefore, we got PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. So what you want to do? You want to recall the property of a cyclic quadrilateral. We studied in a cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite pairs of angles form 180 degree by theorem. Okay, so what we can write here? Here angle Q is 100 degree. So what is the opposite pair of angle Q? Angle S. So these two angles together will give you 180 degree, correct? So what we can write? Therefore, angle PQR plus angle PSR equal to 180 degree. Why? Because the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. You want to write the reason completely. Okay, yes. So thus we got PQR plus PSR angle equal to 180 degree. So now we can give this equation 1. So now what is 1 implies? PQR already given in the question, it is 100 degree, correct? So 100 degree plus angle PSR equal to 180 degree. Now bring this 100 to RHS. This implies angle PSR is equal to 180 degree minus 100 degree, that is 80 degrees. Okay, so we got angle PSR equal to how many? 80 degrees. Therefore, angle PSR is equal to 80 degrees. Okay, yes. Now, using the another theorem, first theorem, we studied that the angle at the center is double the angle that is subtended at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so what is the center angle here? It is POR. Okay, POR. So this angle will be double the angle formed at remaining part, means this angle PSR. Okay, so this angle will be double the angle formed at PSR by our first theorem. So that we are going to write now. That is, now we are going to use angle POR, that is the center angle, is equal to twice of angle PSR. Okay, why? Here also you want to mention the reason. The angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended at any point on the remaining part of the circle. On the remaining part of the circle. Okay. Yes. So thus we got this POR is equal to twice of PSR. Okay. So let it be one result equation 2. Yes. So by this theorem we got this result. Now what we know? PSR value we found it is equal to 80 degree. So therefore 2 implies angle POR. Okay, this PSR value we are substituting in this equation. So that is equal to 2 into 80 degrees. That is 160 degrees. So what is this 160 degree? Value of angle POR. That is the center angle. So we got POR equal to 160 degrees. Okay. So what is our aim? We want to find out this angle OPR. Correct? So what we are going to do in this triangle, okay, in this triangle OPR, we are going to find the value of this OPR. Okay. So for that, in triangle OPR, what do you know about this OP and OR? They are the radii, correct? Yes. OP equal to OR, radii of the circle. They are equal. Also what you know? This implies when these two sides on this triangle OPR, okay. So this is our triangle. From the figure you watch carefully, OPR. So we said OP and OR. These two sides are radii, so they are equal. So when two sides are equal in a triangle, the angles formed by the two sides are also equal. That is a theorem we have studied earlier classes. So by applying that, we get these two angles are equal. That is OPR is equal to angle ORP. They are the angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle. Okay, angles opposite to equal sides. So they are equal. Okay, so OPR equal to ORP. Okay, so this also we can name this equation as number 3. Now what we are doing? So we got some results here. Now we are going to take this triangle OPR and we are going to use the angle sum property. Okay, so therefore in triangle OPR, okay, yes, use the angle sum property. What do you get? Angle sum property, sum of the three angles is 180 degree, correct? So angle OPR plus angle ORP plus angle POR. The sum of the three angles equal to 180 degree. So this implies, so here you can write by angle sum property, right? Okay. So angle, this implies angle OPR plus, for ORP, what we can write ORP? In the previous step, this ORP is equal to again OPR, correct? So using 3, we can write, instead of ORP, we can write OPR again. So OPR again plus POR. POR, how much we got? POR is equal to 160 degree. Yes, that is equal to 180 degrees. So by, what is the reason for this? By this third result, we substituted OPR equal to ORP. Now you see here OPR plus OPR. So 2 times OPR equal to 180 degree. Take this 160 here, minus 160 degree. What is 180 degree minus 160 degree? 120 degrees. Okay. So from this what you get? 2 times angle OPR is 120. So what is angle OPR? Therefore angle OPR equal to 2 will come down, 120 degree by 2, that is 60 degree. So that is the value of angle OPR. Okay. So revise the problem correctly, where all we applied the theorems and how we get the answer. Yes, now come to this problem. Given angle ABC equal to 69 degree and angle ACB equal to 31 degree. Find angle BDC. Okay, so see the figure here. Here we can see a circle with the center. Okay, let the center be O. Now what is given? 4 points are there on the circle, A, B, C, D. And here this angle is given. Angle ABC is 69 degree and angle ACB is 31 degree. That is given. Okay, we need to find out angle BDC. BDC means this angle. This angle we want to find out. So students, you know that this angle, that is angle A and angle D. What do you know about these two angles? They are on the same segment of the circle, correct? So what do you know about angles on the same segment? Yes, very good. They are equal. So angles on the same segment are equal. We studied by theorem. So if it is possible to find out this A, then that value will be equal to D also. Understood? So how we can find out this angle A? It's very simple. Already in this triangle ABC, you are provided with these two angles. So by angle sum property, we can find this third angle A, and that angle will be equal to this D also. Understood? So by this way we are going to find the answer for angle BDC. So how to write the solution? Given angle ABC equal to 69 degrees and angle ACB equal to 31 degrees. Okay, angle BDC we need to find out. Yes, so we are considering this triangle ABC and using angle sum property. In triangle ABC, using angle sum property. Yes, so the sum of the three angles equal to 180 degree. So angle BAC plus this angle is ACB plus angle ABC equal to 180 degree. So this implies we know the values of ABC and ACB. Okay, so angle BAC plus ACB is 31 degrees. Okay, 31 degrees plus ABC is 69 degrees equal to 180 degree. Right? So this implies angle BAC plus what is 69 plus 31? It is 100 degrees equal to 180 degree. So this implies angle BAC is equal to 180 minus 100 degree, that is equal to 80 degree. So this implies angle BAC equal to 80 degrees. So what we got? This angle BAC we got 80 degrees. So what can you say about this angle A and angle D? They are on the same segment of the circle. Okay, so what we can write then? This implies angle BAC is equal to angle BDC. Why? The reason you need to write angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So this is we know by theorem. Therefore, angle BDC value is 80 degrees. Okay. Now students, we can see one more problem from this topic. Given A, B, C and D are 4 points on a circle. Okay, in a circle there are 4 points on a circle A, B, C and D. AC and BD intersect at a point E. So here the lines segments AC and BD, they are intersecting at a point E such that angle BEC angle is given 130 degree and also angle ECD is given 20 degree. So we need to find out BAC. So BAC we want to find out. So how we can find out angle BAC? So look at the figure carefully, children. Here you can see this is a cyclic quadrilateral and this is a circle and this ABCD are lying on the circle, so that these points A and D are lying on the same segment of the circle. So if we can find out this angle D, then that is the value of the angle of this A also, because we know that angles in the same segment are equal. So how can we find out this angle D? For that, what we are using, angle BEC is given 130 degree, so that is it possible to get this angle? Angle CED, angle CED. How we can find out? Yes, because angle BEC and CED, they are forming linear pair. Okay, so we can get this angle E by linear pair axiom, and after getting E, use angle sum property in this triangle so that we will easily get this angle D. Okay, so I hope you understood the way how to solve the problem. So write the solution. A, B, C and D are 4 points on a circle. AC and BD intersect at a point E. And what else given? Angle BEC value is 130 degree and angle ECD is 20 degrees. Okay, so first what we are going to do? We are applying the linear pair property for this angle and finding angle CED. Okay, yes. So first we can write, we know angle CED plus angle BEC equal to 180 degree. Okay, CED and BEC by linear pair axiom. Okay, yes, right. So this implies CED, BEC is given how much? 130 degree equal to 180 degree. From this, angle CED equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree, that is 50 degrees. Okay, so thus we got angle CED equal to 50 degrees. So this E angle is 50 degrees. Now apply angle sum property in this triangle ECD. Understood? So therefore, in triangle CED,
by applying angle sum property. ASP means angle sum property. You want to write fully. Okay. So how we can write these three angles? That is angle CD plus angle ECD plus angle CDE equal to 180 degree. So this implies CD we find out how much? 50 degree. 50 degree plus angle ECD is given in the question how much? 20 degrees plus CDE equal to 180 degrees. So this implies 50 plus 20 is 70 degree plus CDE equal to 180 degrees. So this implies angle CDE equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree, that is 110 degrees. So thus we got this third angle CDE equal to 110 degrees. Okay. Now as I said earlier, this D and A are angles on the same segment. So they are always equal by our theorem. Okay. So thus angle CDE equal to angle, this angle, what is the name? BAC. BAC equal to 110 degree. Why? You should write the reason. Angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. Understand? So therefore our required answer BAC, angle BAC is 110 degrees. Okay. So hope all of you understood all these problems. So copy all the notes correctly, revise all the problems and go through all the examples and read the textbook carefully, understand all the theorems, all the properties and keep in your memory so that it can be used in applying the problems.
Dear students, practice well all the theorems and revise the notes. Keep in memory all the important concepts of this topic and it will be more easy to apply in the problems. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.